Our heroes on Moya are a family, a found family rather than a biological family. I am thinking about fathers in Farscape because my biological father died recently. I wasn't close to my father because he was a distant, cynical man. On my other website, insertphilosophyhere.com, I wrote that what I learned most from him was how not to be. But here I want to explore a theme in Farscape about fathers that resonates with me. Crafting this video, I realized how strongly the theme of fatherhood runs through Farscape. Almost immediately we meet Jack Crichton, an astronaut, but one not shot through a wormhole. And he's one father bookend to the original series, the other bookend being John Crichton, who becomes a father at the very end of Peacekeeper Wars. Jack is an archetype of a good father, a bigger-than-life hero.
Look, I can't be your kind of hero.
No, you can't be. But each man gets a chance to be his own kind of hero. Your time will come, and when it does, watch out. Chances are it'll be the last thing you ever expected.
He's so much an archetype that the ancients emulate him to win Crichton's trust and then to help him later. The real Jack does get reunited with his son, and we get to see a glimpse of family bliss, until a Skeeth ruins it. But Jack is a good man and a loving father.
You're gonna find when you have your own, you want them to pass you. You better climb higher.
I love you, Dad.
The heart and soul of my life, son. I love you.
Jack is what anyone would want for a father. No doubt younger Crichton will also be a great father to his child.
Why you done her?
Of course, Farscape is too real to be all sweetness and light, so it also shows the other sides of fatherhood. But there is a theme, and that theme is distance, one I knew well with my father. Rigel is a father, but a distant one, and that was true before he was deposed.
I've conceived hundreds of progeny. And those are only the official ones with my wife.
Oh, then you should know something about this. Oh, you should be able to help us.
I was never present at the birth.
Not one.
Well, of course not.
Dargo is also a distant father, but not by choice. He clearly loves his son, but when Dargo is finally reunited with his son, he is a distant father, as I mentioned in my video on Dargo. None of the other male characters on Farscape are fathers. Not Crais, not Braca, not... oh dear, what a thought. Everyone who exists has a biological father, so everyone on Farscape does too. Crichton's father is the most significant, but second most would have to be Crais's father. My video about Crais talked about how it was his father's choice to sell Bylar and his brother into Peacekeeper's service that defined Bylar's life. Zan mentions her father only once, that he was a liberal thinker imprisoned by the same conservative Delvian regime that imprisoned her, but she never even mentions his name. Dargo's father, Leitun, is also mentioned only once, and only when Dargo identifies himself to the Luxon spaceship. Scorpius's father, of course, is Iscaran, who we only see briefly in a flashback, and he understandably hates his father who raped his mother. The only other father who's even mentioned is Aaron's.
Perhaps you should...
Call him by his name, pilot.
You have chosen a name for him?
Yes, I have. It's Talon. It was my father's.
But Aaron now has to live with the knowledge of the horrible fate that befell her father.
I was given an order. They call it a choice. One of you must die. I killed your father so you could live. I did that for love.
As you know, I'm a believer that Farscape will continue, and all hints are that the revival will focus on the relationship between Father John Crichton and son Dargo son Crichton. We can be confident that little D will have responsible, caring parents, something everyone deserves, but not enough get.